Hello students, welcome to all. This is our sixth session, and in this session we are going to learn a new topic which is called scanner class. Now before to start this topic, let me see the procedures of inputting data through by Java program. Till now we learned two techniques or two procedures to input data through Java program. What are the two techniques means? You can see on the screen. The two techniques are, you can see. So the first technique, I am highlighting that. So the first technique we used is a compile time inputting, and the second one is command line argument method. This is the second one, command line argument method. So obviously the first question raises, what is the meaning of compile time inputting? In fact, we use the same technique for various programs. Let me show. So what is compile time inputting means? Within the program, at the time of program preparation, at the time of class preparation, if you input the data within the class, then the such kind of inputting is called compile time inputting. You can see the example. I am preparing a class base, a class name is ABC. Now inside of this I am creating a main function. Now inside of this main function I declared a variable a is equal to something 35. When I declare like this, then this type of inputting is called compile time inputting. You can see here, this type of inputting is called compile time inputting. Why? Because within the class, if you declare any value, when you assign some value into a variable, such kind of inputting is compile time inputting. But in compile time inputting, there is least flexibility we can see. In fact, no flexibility I say. Reason is, once you assign the data, once you compile the program, once you come out from the program, there is no chance of changing this value manually. You can't able to change. So to overcome from this problem, there is a second work we learned, second procedure to input the data, that is command line argument. So what is command line argument? In fact, in session 3 and session 4, you can observe all the programs we developed, switch programs, nested if programs, else if ladder programs we developed by using command line arguments. Now, let me show the example. The example is the same example I am copying, the example, okay. Now in command line argument, so we used to define a class base ABC, and after the class we declared a main function. Now within the main function, if you send an argument like this, int space a, when you declare like this, then this kind of inputting is called command line argument. But when the value to be assigned, into the variable called a, means when you compile the program, before of executing your program, before of showing the output, the compiler asks you to assign the value into the variable a. Such kind of inputting is called command line argument. So like this, we learned two methods to input the data, but there is one more method. Which gives a high flexibility to assign the data, and such flexibility we get through by one of the method, that is scanner class procedure. So that's what we are going to learn. The next type of inputting data, next procedure to input the data is, here you can see, that is a command line inputting, that is, runtime inputting. Such kind of process can apply by using scanner class. Now let me tell what is a scanner class. Scanner class means it is one of the built-in class. Built-in class means already created class, and that class is stored in one of the container, which is also called folder, but in Java terminology that is called a package. So it is stored in a package called util, and inside of scanner class there are various methods are there, bulk of methods are there, and that methods are also called functions. That methods are useful to read the data from output, and that data can transfer into the allocated memory. For that sake, we use various methods of scanner class. Now, how can we define scanner class? A scanner class is the built-in class. Holds a bulk of methods or functions, and that scanner class invoked from java.util package. And the use of scanner class is to read the data during execution time or runtime of the program. I'll show the definition on the screen. You can see what I told as it is. I'm showing. Yeah, you can see on the screen. So scanner is a built-in class, means already created class with the bulk of input methods. Lot of methods are there, and it is found in which package, means java.util package. And what is the use of this one? This class is used to get user input during execution time, or which is also called run time of the program. During output time we input the data. But to use this scanner class, we need to apply some steps to use scanner class. What are that steps? Means I'll show. The first step is, before to use this scanner class, we need to take permission, or we need to transfer a request, or we need to import the class from the package called util. So to bring the class from util package, then to bring that we use a particular keyword that is called import. So I'm using import space java.util.scanner. Yes, must be capital letter. Every class, every built-in class starts with uppercase letter only. So this is the method, and end with semicolon. Keep it in your mind. So import space java.util.scanner. What is its meaning? Import is the built-in word or keyword, and that keyword purpose is to take a particular class from the represented package. So here represented package is util. So inside of util there is a built-in class that is called as a scanner. So such class, if you want to invoke into your class, into your user defined class, into your program, for that sake you are using a keyword called import. But there are two ways to invoke the scanner class into your program. This is one way of invoking. There is one more way to invoke, that is like this: import space java.util.just give star or asterisk. Now when you see these two things, the first way and second way, in first way Java allows to use only the scanner class from util package, whereas in second case, before to speak about second case, util is one of the package or a folder or a container which holds n number of classes. In that n number of classes, scanner is one of the class. If you represent dot star or dot asterisk, then this allows to use any class of util package. Not only of scanner, any other classes of util package also we can use. So which gives more flexibility, means a second statement. Why? Because through second statement, util package, inside of util package, whatever the classes, built-in classes are there, all that classes you can invoke into your program. But explicitly we want scanner class, so that scanner class also be invoked into your program through this statement. This is our first work. And the second work I am speaking. The second work is creating an object. So second work, creating an object. For whom? For scanner class. Scanner class. So we need to create object for scanner class. How to create scanner class object? How to create means, observe the procedure to create scanner class. So we need to write a class name, that is a scanner space object name. We need to give object name is any user defined name. You can give any name. I'm giving the name is OB. OB is our own name, user defined name. And we need to apply a keyword that is a new. The keyword purpose new is to create an object for the particular class. Right. Now the particular class is a scanner. So scanner of, here I'm passing one argument. The argument is system.in. There's the word we need to write. Yeah, scanner is the built-in class, and for that we are creating an object. For that object name we are giving as OB, and new is the keyword which creates the object for the particular class. But in this class scanner, I am using an argument that is called system.in. What is the meaning of system.in? System.in represent streaming of inputting data. I am using a word, streaming of inputting data. What is its meaning? We are already familiar with one statement that is called system.out.println method. So this is what generally frequently we write in the program, system.out.println, and here we are going to supply some control string inside of this. Now what is this statement represent? System is a built-in class, and this class is stored in one of the default packages that is called lang. Due to that, we are not importing lang package because it is default package, and system contains a default object that is out. Out object purpose is whatever the data which has been defined in this control location, that is double quotations inside, that data will be shown on the console or output screen. That is the purpose of out. But whereas system.in is the built-in object of system class, and this object transfers the data from console or output screen to the allocated memory. To read the data which has given during console time or output time, for that sake we use in object of system class. This is the work of system.in. Right. So these are the two works we need to prepare, and after creating object for the scanner class, our third work is we can use the scanner class methods. I already told scanner class contains various methods, so that methods you can use within your program with the reference of OB object. Now what and all the methods are there in scanner class? In scanner class, various methods are there, over 50 plus methods are there, but in our syllabus we need to learn only 9 methods of the scanner class. So what are that 9 methods? Let me show on the screen the 9 methods you can see here, but here you can see only 7 methods are there, but remaining 2 methods I'll tell after speaking about all these 7. The first one is next int. Before to speak about all these functions, the return type of every method is the word you can see after next. After next, whatever you see, that is its return type. Here you can say int, so that next int return type is int. Next double return type is a double. Next float return type is a float. Next long return type is a long. Like that you can write up to short. But next, what is it returns? It returns a string data. Next line also it returns a string data. But what is the difference between next and next line? Now these all functions are used to read the data from output, but next int, it can read only integer value during output time, and that data it collects and it transfers into allocated memory. Even double also, next double, it reads the double data and it transfers into allocated memory. But I used a question, what is the difference between next and next line? The next is a string function. I already told next line also string function. Next is the function or a method which can read the string data without spaces. Once if you apply the space, the data cannot be read. I mean, after the space, whatever the data is there, that data cannot be transferred into the memory. Up to before space, whatever the data, that data can be read. That's what it is mentioned. It returns only one word string without spaces. The next line, it read a one line statement including spaces. See here, returns the next multiple word string value, means including spaces, a whole line data can read by next line. So these are the 7 methods. The remaining 2 methods are next boolean. We having a primitive data type that is boolean. So to read the boolean data, we use next boolean. Similarly, byte is one of the primitive data type. To read the byte data, we having next byte method. But if we want to see that particular class, scanner class, if we want to see the scanner class, how can we see? There is a procedure to open the scanner class. All the methods of scanner class we can view on the screen. What is the procedure means? Go to search button. In the search button, you just type CMD. When you type CMD, you can see on the screen a black color screen appears. Now in this, you should apply a command javapp space, and you should give the class name along with its package. Package is java.util. Now you should give the class name, that is scanner. When you type like this, javapp space java.util.start. When you type and when you press enter, the whole class will be shown on the screen. You can see this is the whole class, which holds, I already told, over 50 plus functions are there inside of this scanner class. These and all the built-in functions. But among these all functions, we read only few methods. What are that methods means? Next byte, next short, next int, next long, next float, next double, next and next line. These are the methods we learn in our syllabus. Right, coming back to this, once again you can observe. So what is the procedure to display the particular class? The particular class displaying is command, you can see on the screen, JAVAP, javapp space java.util.scanner. When you type and when you press enter, the whole class will be displayed on the screen. right? So after knowing about the class, then how to use these functions, how to use all these functions. How to use means, let me prepare a program. In fact, already a program is prepared, you can see on the screen. Yeah, so this is the program sc1. I use the class name is sc1 because scanner class we are using. So when you see this is the program. I already told 3 steps we need to implement. The first step is importing of package. So this is the first work is import util package. So the util package will be import. Why we are importing this one? To include Java scanner class in our program. So this is the first work inside of class, inside of main function. Now we are creating the second work. The second work is creating scanner class object. The scanner class object creation is like this: scanner space object name anything you can give. I am giving ob is equal to new is the keyword which allows to create object, and scanner of system.in. System.in is the streaming class to input the data through in object. Right, now how to input the data? So we will get on the console the first data we can see on the screen, that is enter integer data. Why? Because we define that data by using out object of system class, and that will be shown on the screen. And manually we can give the data. I already told scanner class is a built-in class which allows to input the data during execution time of the program. So during output time we input the data of integer, and that data collects by nextInt function and it transfers into a variable called a. Similarly, when you see this next data, that is enter double data, and the double data collects by next double function and it transfers into the variable called b. Similarly, character data, here the biggest question mark: how to input the character data? Character data, there is no character method in scanner class. Again, I'm showing command prompt. So in command prompt, okay, when you apply the command java space java.util.scanner, when you call that class, you can observe there is no char, there is no next char method inside of this particular class. There is no char function. During that time, how to input character data? For that sake, you need to use 2 inbuilt methods. One is a next method, that is of scanner class. Another one is a caret. Caret is the built-in method which is in character class, but character class package is what? You may ask this question. Character class package is a lang package only. Lang is the default package, so that we need not to import that package. And here we are giving an argument. The argument is 0. This is 0 represents index number. What is its meaning? During output time, when you input a particular character, that character it will store in 0th location in terms of string. That data it collects, it collects and it converts into character, and that character will be stored in the memory of C. For that sake, we use 2 functions. And string data, I already told, string data can input by using 2 methods. One is a next, another one is you can write ob.next line. L must be capital letter, next line. You can use this method. So what is this method? Next method can read the data up to first space. That means without spaces data can read by next method. But next line method can read the one line data including spaces. So for that you use next line or next. And finally, after inputting data, we display the data. In A memory, integer data stores, so integer data will display. In B memory, double data, so that double data will display. And C memory, one single character will store, that single character will display through by C variable. And name is a holding without space data, and that data will be shown on console. Now how to get that data? Let me compile this program. So click on compile. There is no syntax error, so you can see on the screen. Now close it. Now right click on the class and click on void main function. Now it asks you to input the data. Now integer data I am giving 35 and it will show on blue color, so that is the data we typed. Now double data I am giving 25.25. now that data it will show on the screen 25.25. now character it is asking. Now single character I am giving say it is $sign. I give the $sign, it will show dollar is also one of the character. In fact, in our second chapter we learned character set. Dollar is also one of the character. And next, enter string data. String data I am giving any one particular name. I am giving TNCHS. So one of the name I give, so that will be taken by next function and it stores in name memory. And finally we get the entire data. Integer data 35 has shown, 25.25 is double data, and TNCHS is the string data which collected by next function, and that data is stored in name variable, and that variable displayed TNCHS. And C is the variable for character, and to get that character we use ob.next dot char at 0. So in 0th location this dollar stores, and that data collects with the reference of index number, that is 0, and that data it transfers into the memory of C. Due to that character data with reference of C, when we call, now in C memory dollar was stored, and that data was displayed on the screen. So this is the criteria to use a scanner class. Now henceforth, whatever the programs we are going to use, what are the programs we are going to use, in that we are going to use scanner class. And some other questions also may raises, apart from these functions, next int, next double, next, and next long, apart from this, what and all the functions do we have? Next line, apart from that, next long, next boolean, next byte, like these various functions you can try. With this we'll end up the session. Thank you.